I really can't believe that you, out of all people, would end up in my shop today. And I really am just so sorry that I wasn't able to help you with what you wanted. But just make sure that I never have to see your mug in my store ever again. Do you understand me?
Morgan, you are absolutely ridiculous. Do you know that? I mean, really, what is the matter with you? I have no idea what you were talking about when I came in today, but I am sure that you were lying to me. And all because of this stupid grudge you've held against me ever since we were in high school together. It's just childish at this point. I mean, what is even the point of acting that way towards me now that we're adults?
What are you talking about, Isabel? I would never do anything just because I thought it annoyed you. Do you really think that of me? I mean, I know that your mom died and all. And that is really unfortunate. But the fact that you can't cancel her cell phone plan and you'll just have to pay for it forever.
Yeah, that is not going to happen. And what's more, I really can't believe that you know my mom is dead and you're still treating me like this. The funeral was literally yesterday. How can you be so cruel to me at a time like this? All I want to do is cancel her cell phone contract just like I've been canceling all of her other subscriptions and bills. But all you fed me were a bunch of lies. And the worst part is that you're the closest shop to my mom's carrier and I just didn't have time to go and deal with someone else. I don't get why you can't just grow up and let me cancel my mom's cell phone contract.
Your dear old mom may be dead, but I don't see how that is my or my company's problem. We have rules here and we aren't just going to break them for every little sob story that comes walking through the doors.
Sob story? I literally just want to cancel the contract for someone who is never going to use their phone again. Why are you acting like this? Do you really think this is how your company wants you treating its customers?
And just who are you to tell me what does and doesn't fly around here, huh? I'll have you know that I've been an employee of months here for almost half a year.
Well, I find that very hard to believe, given the way that you've been treating me over this.
And you clearly need to grow up if you think that stomping your feet and crying about your dead mom means that you deserve special treatment. I already told you that I'm going to follow our shop's rules and nothing more.
And so you're telling me that what you've told me is really what your company policy is? Only the person actually holding the contract can be the one to cancel it?
Of course that's company policy. Do you really think that you're in a position to know better than me? Are you forgetting that I actually work here?
I am well aware that you work there. I am just saying that I don't think that's a real rule. I think that you're making up excuses so that you don't have to help me canceling the contract because you hate me. I don't get why you can't just do your job like any other staff member would and help me out with what I need from you.
How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? It is company policy that only the contract holder can be the one to cancel their contract. My body, no business. Got it? Don't you come in acting all entitled to something that I literally can't even do for you. It's yours and your dead mom's fault for not reading the fine print better. So don't try and pin this all on me.
You really think I believe that there is no way for a dead person's contract to be canceled? That's just a ridiculous lie, and I'm sure of it. All I want to do is cancel my mom's cell phone service. Is that really so bad? What is even the point of keeping the contract up if the number is never going to be used ever again? I mean, I would think that there would be plenty of times where someone who wasn't the contract holder was trying to get out of the contract for a friend or family member. Are you really telling me that everyone who hasn't canceled their plans before they've died are still on the same cell phone plans?
If you're so curious about the finer points of our company policy, why don't you get a job here with me, huh? I don't have time to get into the weeds about this with you, but I have made myself clear. If you don't have your mom, then I can't cancel her contract. It's as simple as that, got it? You could always just bring her in with you, thought, and do it. Oh wait, oops. You can't do that because your mom is dead.
How can you send a message like that, Morgan? That really is just cruel and it's uncalled for.
You're one to talk. You've always looked down on people ever since we were younger. This is what you get after years of that.
What are you talking about? You think I was the one looking down on people? You were just a bully all throughout high school. You would be so mean to me all the time just because I was studying. Can't believe that you've still held on to your grudge over all these years, though.
That's right. You were just a little nerd who needed to come out of her shell. All I was doing was reminding you that you weren't better than the rest of us, just because you thought you were so clever. But that doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing now. The two topics are totally separate, and right now, the only thing that matters is that you're trying to get me to break the rules of my work.
I really think that you're making a mistake treating me like this. Now, can we please just deal with my mom's contract before I have to make this a bigger deal than it should be?
You really must have poor reading comprehension skills or a bad memory. Let me say this one more time. Nobody, no business. I can't cancel the contract for someone who isn't in the store. I don't care if she did drop dead. She should have thought about this before then.
Okay then, fine. Have it your way. You want to talk to my mom about this? We can arrange that.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh?
I mean that I am sick and tired of dealing with you and I am fed up. If you're going to continue acting this stubborn and selfishly, then you leave me with no choice. I can't believe you're making me do what I'm going to do after just losing my mom.
And just what are you going to do? You just said your mom is dead, so how are you going to bring her? You're not making any sense. Surely you're not going to just drag her corpse in here or something, right?
Well, that certainly does appear to be what you want me to do. You keep saying over and over again how you need a body before we can do business. So just know that whatever happens next, you asked for this.
I don't believe you. What are you possibly going to do? There's no way that you'd bring your dead mom in here unless you really were a crazy person. You don't scare me. Do your worst, you'll make things bad for yourself though. You may have been smart when we were little, but now you've just gone crazy.
Alright then, I'll take that as you giving me permission to do what I'm going to do next. I'm going to bring my mom to the store and then we will cancel her contract.
I don't believe you, you're just insane.
We'll see about that, won't we, Morgan? Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow.
Isabel, just what the heck are you thinking, huh? What is the matter with you?
Sorry, what are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, Isabel. Is this some kind of game to you? You're sick, do you know that?
A game? I'm sorry, Morgan, but I really have no idea what you're talking about. I only did what you wanted me to do, so this means we can cancel my mom's cell phone contract, right?
Yeah, fine, whatever, I'll cancel it. But you really went way too far with this. I mean, what happened to you to make you like this?
You mean you're really surprised that I brought my mom's coffin to the store? You were the one telling me to bring her over and over again. I thought that's what you wanted.
Why in the world would you think that I wanted you to bring your mom's casket in my shop? You know that that wasn't what I meant. Why would you do this to me? You have no idea how much trouble I'm going to get in. My manager wants to know just why you were even there in the first place. And why did you have your mom's casket? Shouldn't she be in the ground or something?
I'm sorry, Morgan, but I really don't see what all the fuss is about. You insisted that we could only do business if my mom was there, so I brought her. I don't see what else there is to discuss besides that.
Shut up! You know that what you did was completely insane. Just admit it. You're crazy. What were you thinking? My boss is furious with me over this little incident. Is that what you wanted?
Okay, settle down. The coffin was empty anyways.
Wait, really? You swear there was nobody in there?
Yes, of course it was empty. Do you think I'm really going to bring my mom's body to your store? You were just so insistent on this stupid rule of yours that I wanted to make you put your money where your mouth is. Besides, my mom's actually been dead for about a week now. Not only that, but we didn't just bury her, we cremated her. I just brought a casket with me for dramatic effect.
So then, it was all just a prank?
I just wanted to try and teach you a lesson about what you were doing to me. And I called the funeral home that cremated my mom and asked if I could rent one of their caskets for a day.
I can't believe that you would go that far just to prank me. You're sick.
I only did what I did because you didn't give me any other choice. I had to match your ridiculousness with my own.
But that isn't fair. I didn't think that you were going to show up with a coffin just to make your point. I mean, I really got into trouble for that. My boss wanted to know what in the world was going on and forced me to tell him everything.
Oh, I know all about that. I heard the details of your little talk from your boss himself.
Wait, what? You talked to my boss as well?
That's right. And he told me that of course it was possible for relatives of a deceased contract holder to cancel the contract in their place. Which means that you did lie to me about store policy. You kept insisting that there was nothing you could do, but that just wasn't true.
What do you mean? What is going on here? You have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, just can it already. I've had enough out of you. You did this to bully me, and you took things way too far.
No, I wasn't trying to bully you. It wasn't like that. I was just playing a little prank. I didn't think that you would be the one to take that too far. Please, you've already done enough damage with how mad my boss is at me.
As he should be. You were being an awful employee and an even worse person. You know my mom just died, but you insisted on trying to make me feel even worse. And you lied to my face to do that. I am sick and tired of having to deal with you. You haven't changed at all since we went to school together.
And what is that supposed to mean, huh?
You know exactly what I mean when I say that, Morgan. From the moment I walked into your store, you were trying to act out of your sick little grudge against me. Now you're just mad that it all came back on you. You must be even dumber than you were in high school if you thought your plan was going to work.
What did you just call me? You've got some nerve, you know that? I bet you wouldn't say that to my face. How dare you call me stupid? I demand that you apologize to me this instant.
You think that I need to apologize to you? For what? Why would I ever do that?
Because you caused so much trouble at my store and called me stupid. You've been so horrible, and now you need to say that you're sorry.
You are out of your mind if you think that I'm going to apologize to you. Let's remember that you were the one that started all of this with me. All I wanted to do was cancel a contract, and you lied to me about it. I would never have done what I did if you didn't push me to that point. You said you wanted to see a body, so all I did was oblige you. Don't you dare try and blame me for this.
You think that's what I meant when I said that? I never once asked you to bring a funeral casket to my store.
Yes, you did. You said that you could only cancel the contract if the person who owned it was there. So I brought a casket so that we could finally settle the whole business. If you can't see how you were asking for that, then you really are a moron.
It's not about what I was or wasn't asking for, it's that you brought a casket to my store. Why would you do something like that?
For the last time, I did it because you were lying to me, and I knew you were. If you didn't lie to me in the first place, then I wouldn't have to do that.
But I never told you to do that.
You said it was a rule that the real person had to be there. Even though that was a lie, you insisted that it was company policy. What else was I supposed to do, even if that was a real policy? You need to take responsibility for your actions and admit that you did this to yourself.
No, I didn't do anything. None of this is my fault. It's all yours. You were the one who brought along the casket.
This conversation is just dumb. We're repeating ourselves over and over again. But it's fine, really. I'm sure that you'll be fired over this.
Wait, what? There's no way that they would fire me for something like this. I didn't even do anything wrong.
You lied to a customer and made up rules that didn't exist. Then because of your lies, something happened that ruined the image of your store. I wouldn't think twice about firing you if I was your manager.
But I didn't do anything. You were the one who brought the casket in.
Yes, but tell me why I was driven to the point where I did that. Who insisted on having my dead mother present before we could do business? Why am I even responding to you when all you're doing is denying any responsibility at all?
But I can't get fired for this. It isn't fair. This is all your fault.
I'm not even the one who gets to make that decision. That talk is for you and your boss to have, Morgan.
Hold on a second. I just got a text from my boss that I'm going viral. What is this about?
Ah, I saw that video too. Someone was there filming me when I showed up with the casket and wanted to know what I was doing. So now the whole internet knows that you weren't going to cancel my mom's contract unless she was there in person.
Oh no, I'm ruined. How am I ever supposed to find work again?
You should have thought about that before you lied to me in the first place. In the end, Morgan went viral for her terrible customer service and the way that I got back at her. In the midst of all of that, she was fired and was ostracized by society for what she put me through. Her boss told her that she was never welcome back at the store again and apologized profusely to me for all the trouble. I'm sure that Morgan is furious with me for how things turned out, but I've already blocked her on everything.
Samantha, please give me some money. I'm all out of money right now. And look, my wedding is coming up, right? So right now I'm in need of all the money I can get. Huh? Angie, you need money from me again? I just gave you $1,000 a couple of days ago, right? What did you end up spending all of that on in such a short amount of time? Do you really need all this money right now? Come on! You're my sister-in-law, yet you're going to question me now? You should know that being a newly married couple means spending lots of money. I have to pay to go out and get all my beauty treatments and stuff like that. Well, I understand the need to spend some money after marriage, but you have a job right now, correct? So you should be making your own money, right? Asking me over and over for money is becoming a touch... What? You're my sister-in-law, and that's why I'm okay asking you all the time. And when you got married to my brother, it cost you a lot of money for the wedding, right? So you know that the wedding is costing me a lot of money now. That's not the problem, though, here. When I was getting married to your brother and having that wedding, I made sure to pay for everything myself. And when I did start to run low on funds, I went and started saving money by not spending much on food and electricity and so on. But with you, Angie, I'm not sure you're trying that hard to save your money. Are you wanting to say that I'm just splurging over here then? I just want to make sure that my wedding is the best wedding people have seen in a long time. And I'm worried that I might not make that happen. I have to look my best on that day, and I'm worried that what I'm doing is not enough. All right, I understand how you feel. But that's not the case with you right now. I'm talking about how most people will save up a lot of money for times like getting married and such. But you seem to be asking for money more than you are saving it. So, in other words, you're saying that you don't want to pay for the wedding? And that you don't like the idea of giving me money? I never meant it like that, Angie. I just want you to know that I'm not your purse. But the problem is that you have been asking me a whole lot recently to hand you money whenever you feel you're getting low on funds. What's wrong with you? I never meant to use you like a purse. You just happen to have a lot of money, right? You saved up a lot and are also bringing in large paychecks every month. So you should have the money to help a poor little girl like me out, right? Well, Angie, the reason that I save so much money and make a lot of it is because I want it in case of emergencies. It's not all for me to give away to you, okay? I think it's time you start thinking about saving money more often and continuously for your future that might have kids and things like that. That's what I'm doing with myself right now. I want to be able to retire early in my life, so I've been saving up a lot of money now for that. Are you serious? But you're already 30 years old right now, right? Don't tell me you're thinking of kids or anything like that still. Do you even have the strength at your age to carry a baby? I wouldn't say things like that if I were you. I have been saving up money my whole life, as well as made sure to find a good career where I bring in a decent amount of money from. And I plan to still think about things like kids as well now that I feel financially safe. And that's why right now I'm at that point where I might actually want to become a mother. Is that so? But if you give some of your money to younger people, you won't face any problems, right? Heck, you can give money to me like I'm your kid and I'll go ahead and have a baby for us.
That is not what any of this is about. And another thing, Angie, what's going on with you? Recently, you've become a bit too forward with your thoughts and it's getting a bit out of hand.
Is that what you think? Because I've been thinking the same thing about you, Samantha. Recently, you've become more of a selfish penny pincher around me. You have all that money, but you aren't willing to share it.
Well, if you want money so badly, then why not get a side hustle? Then you can start to make even more money for yourself. Because I'm not going to be the one to keep handing you money left and right. I have to give up a lot of my time working to make money like I have been.
Oh, please. I'm not the kind of person that does well with a job. I'm already planning to become a housewife the moment we have our wedding. So that's why I quit my job a little while back. Leaving that place to be a free woman, it felt so good to become my own person again.
What? You already quit? Don't you think that was a bit too early on your part? And right now you still have a lot of time left before you guys get married, right? So you should be using the time you have now to work your hardest and save up a lot.
Samantha, you really love to talk about money, don't you? Why, if one has time, should they have to use it to make and save money? In my case, I'm going to be getting a lot of money with this marriage, so I don't have to worry about wasting my time working when I can rely on others for money.
You're talking about relying on me right now.
Well, you're one person that I rely on, but my fiancé is expected to be making bank in a few years more. So I think this marriage will be the turning point for me where I can cut ties with working. I'll be able to do whatever I want with no boss looking over my shoulders.
What? Is your fiancé okay with you doing something like that?
Of course he is. He said as long as I do the chores, he's okay with it.
Then why aren't you asking him to give you money now? There shouldn't be a reason for you to ask me anymore, right?
Well, about that, he might think I'm trying to leech off of him.
What?
I haven't actually told him I quit my job yet. I plan to make him believe that I'm the perfect woman before the day we tie our knot. Right now, he thinks I'm working all the time and saving up, and the day we marry, I want him to think I quit my job just for him.
What the heck? Are you sure it's okay to be doing all of that right before your marriage? If you keep that up, he might find out later and you'll be screwed. Hiding things from him just so that he'll keep loving you isn't right.
Huh? What's up with you now? Are you getting jealous of me? Sucks to be you right now, huh? My brother has never had a lot of money, making you work all the time. But I guess that's on you for choosing to marry a man like him in the first place.
I like to work a job, so it has nothing to do with him. If he was making more than me right now even, I still wouldn't quit my job. I'm not that into being a housewife. I like to think that the money you want to spend has to come from the work you've put in.
Oh, so you're one of those people. Women like that end up getting cheated on by their husband at some point and have to deal with that in their old age as well as with all the health issues they get after. I think you'd better have a kid soon so that my brother doesn't leave you.
I'm just going to assume you're saying that out of worry for me. But don't trouble yourself with that, because we do have kids on our mind at the moment.
You really try to be a strong woman. Well, whatever. You do what you want to do, because it has nothing to do with me. But anyway, make sure to put another 1,000 in my bank account, okay? Well, I'll text you again the next time I need some money.
Wait, Angie! I told you I'm finished giving you money. Stop asking me for money. Hey, Seth, can you do something about your little sister? She's come back to me again asking for more money. But I've had enough of her and said no this time.
What? She's at it again? I'm so sorry about her. She really has no clue what she's doing right now. I'll make sure to tell her again, but with a bit more seriousness this time.
But what's worse is that she's told me she quit her job. And that's her reason for asking me all the time for money now. Don't you find all of this a bit strange now? I am not her eternal ATM, okay?
What? She quit her job now too? I get that she wasn't making that much working there, and would come and ask me from time to time for money, but I think once she's married, all of this will be resolved.
I'm sorry, but that girl has gone on with all of this long enough, Seth. Remember when we took a small vacation together and let her stay at our place? We came back to our house being a mess and a lot of our things missing because of her.
I know that she has a lot of things wrong with her in her head. I just didn't think she would go this far.
It's because while we were out of the house, she saw my checkbook and saw how much money I was making. That's when she started asking me for money as well. But what I learned today is that her fiancé apparently has a lot of money as well. So I really hope that you're right about saying that after her marriage, this should all be resolved.
That's just a hope of mine, though. You don't have to give her any more money, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure it won't be. For a little while, I thought she was a nice person to deal with, but recently she's gone too far and I'm not having it. She really thinks that acting as rude as she has been is acceptable at her age for some reason.
I could see that. If we really have to, we can always cut ties with her after her wedding. Ah, and now that I think about it, I want to change the subject. Did you see we got a message saying that we are allowed to take out that loan on a new house?
What? Get out of here! I never saw any message about that! Perfect! Now we can move out of this place!
Absolutely. And about moving into a new house, to avoid having Angie come over at all when we're away, let's just keep our address a secret from her. How does that sound?
Actually, I was thinking the same thing. Let's move out of here without telling anyone.
Alright. Well then, let's end our rental agreement on this place once her wedding is over. And then we can get out of here.
Alright, that sounds great.
Samantha? Can you make sure to bring me $30,000 as my wedding gift today? If you can make that happen, then I'll never ask you for any more money. I'll allow this payment to be your way of celebrating my big day.
What are you talking about? $30,000 is not an amount anyone would give on your wedding day.
But I'm your sister-in-law, and it's normal for you to want to give me a large amount, right? If you don't end up bringing me that $30,000, then I'm afraid you won't be allowed to attend my wedding. I'm telling you that the $30,000 is not only a gift for me, but an entrance fee as well now. And it would be terrible if the family saw that you never showed up to my wedding. They might think of you as a stingy and selfish sister who doesn't care about us.
Oh, understood, Angie. So that's what you think of me being your sister-in-law?
That's right. As long as you give me that last bit of that money, I'll no longer bug you anymore. I'll even consider you my real sister if you can give me that money. So I'm looking forward to that money getting to me.
Then I'd like for you to pay me $60,000 for your wedding.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You haven't heard yet? I planned on paying for this whole wedding for you. I had worked for the group that put together this wedding before, and so I got a discount through them to give you this wedding. I was totally fine doing that for you because I believed you were like a cute little sister to me.
Huh? Wait. The ones paying for this wedding should be my parents and my brother, right?
Well, at first, that's what they'd all been saying. But then things turned into only your brother and I having to pay. Because your parents were kind enough to pay for part of my wedding back in the day. I didn't want to make them pay for yet another wedding again, so I told them that just Seth and I would pay, half and half.
Huh? Are you kidding me?
If I'm to stay away from your wedding, though, I won't be able to get that discount for the wedding. And the full price will have to be paid. And after taking a look at the original cost, it'd be $60,000. And that would need to be paid by you. Well, good luck with that.
You're lying. Wait. I never heard a thing about this. If I'd known that, I would have been a little nicer to you. You shouldn't have had to know about that to be nice to me, though. I've already given you a ton of money as it is. If you're not even going to be nice to me because of that, then I don't care about how you act with me now because I'm sick of you. If you really want to be nice to me now, give me back my money and pay for the wedding. All right, hold on a sec. And now that I think about it, it's all right for you to come to my wedding. I won't make you pay that $30,000 anymore now. I don't need it anyway, so just pay for the wedding and I'll be set. I'm not paying for it now. I don't have the money anymore to be paying for a rotten girl like you. You would never be able to pay for a wedding like the one I put together for you anyway, so at the very least, you should be saying thank you for that first. All right, I'm sorry. Just come to my wedding now, and make sure to pay for it. No. I'm planning on explaining all of this to your family right now as well. And then I'll head back home and enjoy my day off work. And Seth is with me right now, and he says he'll be coming home with me as well. If you're going to do that, then I'll come to you right now. I'll come to your house and start screaming at the top of my lungs and make all sorts of noise to make you guys pay. If you don't want me to embarrass you guys in front of all your neighbors, then shut up about going home and come pay for my wedding. We've already moved into a new house. So the place you knew about isn't where we're living anymore. So you can go there and make all the noise you want, but you'll most likely be taken away by the police. Huh? What? That's definitely a lie, right? I'm not lying, Angie. I told you, I plan to go to the next phase of my life and hope to become a mother. So we've bought a house and we'll start to work on making babies and having a fun little family here. And since you'd be getting in the way of that, we're cutting ties with you. Wait, I get it now. I'll apologize to you for real now, so come back here. I really do not want my wedding to fall apart now. Well, for me, that's kind of what I want to happen to your wedding. And it's too late now to cry and scream about it. You really should have hidden those rotten intentions from me a little bit longer, right? But I think a rotten girl like you having her wedding fall apart around her and going to hell is a perfect ending. After that, Angie continued to cry to Samantha, asking her to pay for her wedding and everything. But Samantha made it clear she wasn't paying anymore and proceeded to block Angie's number. This then led to Angie's fiancé losing faith in his bride after the news spread, and the wedding was finally brought to an end. Angie ended up having to pay for all the cancellation fees for her wedding, and her getting to marry her fiancé was also long gone. Right now, it seems as though Angie is living the worst time of her life. But as someone who could never thank anyone for the money she constantly took from them, her having to go through this kind of hell is only natural.